Hello, my name is Elaine. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's practice is going to be a short sequence to help to balance our root chakra. We're going to start by lying on our backs. So you can lay straight out, or if your lower back is sensitive at all, keep the knees together and the feet apart. And just place your hands on your lower belly so that your fingers are near your pubic bone and your elbows are resting comfortably by your side. Just take this first few moments together to really feel the support of the earth beneath you. Notice the texture of the surface that you're lying on. For me, it's a bit lumpy because I'm in a beautiful outdoor space and an arboretum. So just notice what you feel beneath you. Maybe notice any sounds around you. And please make sure that this is a safe, secure place for you to let go and to practice today. So as we lie here, just beginning to notice the natural flow of your breath in and out of your nose. And start to bring awareness to your spine and notice the points of contact of your body to the ground. There may be a space between your lower back and the ground or not. Just bring your awareness to that place. We're going to take a breath in, and as we exhale, I'd like you to imagine that you've got a red cherry tomato below your spine and you're just pressing that into the floor. And do that again a few more times, inhaling to relax your spine back to its normal place. And as you exhale, begin to squash that tomato into the mat. And just notice what sensations you are noticing in the front of your body as you do that. You may notice that your pelvic bones are moving in towards your belly button. You might notice some movement of your head and shoulders. Just bring all your awareness into your body. Notice what you feel and sense. And now the next time you take your breath out, I'd like you to try to bring your attention to your pelvic floor and draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up towards the belly button at the same time that you're pressing down. Relax those muscles on the in-breath, and as you exhale, feel like your sit bones are squeezing toward each other and all those muscles are pulling in and up. So what sometimes confuses people, the root chakra is the word Mooladhara. Mula meaning root and Dhara meaning base or support. We also have something called Mula Bandha, and Bandha means lock, and this is the energetic lock that we have at the base of the spine. We also have one at our sort of middle area and our throat. But for today, we're focusing on Mooladhara, which is our root chakra. And this chakra has 4 petals represented by the color red as a lotus flower. And as you continue to do these exercises of contracting and releasing, I want you to imagine that you have a flower, that it is opening up as you relax and breathe in. The petals move apart. And as you exhale, those petals draw in and up toward the navel. And on each of these petals is a word or a quality. And these are the qualities of the root chakra. And they are the quality of feeling safe, the quality of feeling secure in your life, the quality of feeling supported, having those who have your back, and the quality of self, knowing that you're here for a reason, that it was not some mistake, that it was a divine energy that brought you here, and that you're here with something to share. And this is represented by our childhood. So if things didn't go so well in our childhood, there may be issues with these base qualities in our life. But as the chakras move up towards the crown of the head, they build on each other. So it's important that we start with the base to secure that. When we feel safe and secure, really it's only then that we can think about other things and other people. So this is really about yourself. So we'll just do one more of these, imagining that flower opening and closing, and just noticing how those qualities are with you. How do they feel? Do you feel safe in your home? Do you have security of a job, of an income, of your health? Do you have those in your life that have your back, that support you? And do you have a sense of what your gift is, why you are here? Just think about that for a moment. Okay, we're going to just extend our arms and legs now and take a nice big stretch. And then as you exhale, hug your right knee into your chest and give it a squeeze. And we're going to start to maybe rotate the ankle around a few times one way and then the other way. Just continue to give gentle squeezes to the knee as you draw it in towards your right shoulder. And then lift your head as you breathe out and try to touch your nose towards your knee. And then release. Let that leg go. Take a nice big stretch. Feel the earth reach from fingers to toes. And then bring your left knee into your chest and give it a squeeze. Rotating the ankle one way and the other way. So in yoga, the poses that we work on to balance and strengthen the root chakra are our feet and our legs. So poses that bring strength, our base, our support system. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your knee towards your nose, or your nose towards your knee, and release down. Stretch everything out, and then hug both knees into your chest. And you may wish to rock your spine from side to side or forward and back. You might want to bring your nose towards your knees and curl into a little ball, holding onto your opposite elbow. Just keep the feet comfortably touching each other, and then release. We're going to take our hands behind our legs, and we're going to slowly roll forward and back, just feeling the ground and the rolling, massaging of our spine. And then we're going to come up and cross our legs and come onto our hands and knees. So finding the middle of your mat, spreading your fingers out nice and wide, and just taking a moment to feel the transition of being now looking down at the ground. And we're going to take a moment to bring the big toes together and extend our hips back towards our heels and let our forehead rest on the ground. So just feeling the earth as you extend your arms forward. Taking some breaths, perhaps now feeling the back of your body expand. But seeing if you can still bring those little contractions to your pelvic floor on the out breath. Inhale, relax. Exhale, little squeeze. Safety, security, support, and a sense of self. Bring yourself back up. We're going to tuck our toes underneath, and we're just going to start to lift our knees off the floor and begin to draw ourselves back into a downward facing dog. Now just alternate one heel and then the other. Bring a little stretch into the toes and the fascia of our feet, and working a little bit now into our calves and hamstrings. So make sure your fingers are spread, rooting you, grounding you into the earth as you begin to walk one foot and then the other. And then just coming into stillness for a moment, I'd like you to breathe in and bring yourself forward over your shoulders, over your hands, and then roll back and lower the heels towards the floor. roll up, heels lift high, come forward over your hands, and then release back. And it doesn't matter if your heels touch the floor or not. What we're trying to do is just feel the support of the ground into our hands and feet as we move our body forward and back. Beautiful. All right, start to walk yourself to the middle of your mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Release your hands, and maybe you hold on to your elbows and just sway from side to side. We're in Uttanasana. So notice how you feel in this place. I'm getting a rush of blood into my head, so just going to give it a little shake. Then I'd like you to gaze at your feet. So this is your foundation in your poses and in your life. So we're going to try and just lift the big toes up in the air by pressing down all the other toes. And then we're going to push the big toes down and lift the other toes up. And then change, push down the other toes, lift the big toes, and then push the big toes down with the hands and lift the other toes up. And then see if you can do it by yourself. You've kind of given your brain the idea that we're going to be doing something kind of fun with the toes, and let's just see how it can focus and do it by itself without your hands helping you. Good. So just do a couple more of those. And then we're going to take a breath in to prepare. And then we're going to exhale and bend our knees and start to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. So here we are in our mountain pose. So standing with your feet apart, bring your hands as if you were rooting your fingers towards the earth. And feel how the back of your neck lengthens. And just feel the weight of your feet roll forward and back. Try to feel the strength of your legs rising up. A little drop of your tailbone toward the ground will help you to feel a little bit of energy in your belly area. And then feel your heart and your chest rising up as your arms and shoulders relax down. Good. So mountain pose, our stability, our strength, our support. And just like a mountain, we are able to hold and support ourselves to feel safe and secure, unmovable. Life can knock us, but we've still got that strong base. And that's what helps us to feel that sense of, I'm here, I belong, as we go through our lives. Okay, we're going to do a balancing pose now. So I'd like you to hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze if you can. Again, if not, just hold the leg like this away from the ground. Then we're going to take the knee out to the side, and we're going to take a hold of the ankle and bring it in towards some part of the thigh. So it might be up here, it might be on the fleshy part of your calf, but just find a place where you can root. And then just like a tree, open your branches towards the sun and sky. Find that strong base through your feet and legs, and then allow your breath to help you to rise up. And just like a tree in the wind, sometimes we move, but we have that support and strength of our base. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands back. Release your leg out in front of you. Lift the toes, and then slowly bring it back down. Let's do the other side. So taking the knee up, holding it with one hand or two as you squeeze, just like we did on the floor a moment ago. And then take that leg out to the side. Take a hold of the ankle and find somewhere to firmly press. So feel like the heel is pushing against the inner thigh and the inner thigh is pushing back against the heel. Decide what to do with your arms. Up, down, on your hips, whatever feels right. And then think about what kind of tree you are. I am a blue spruce today. I'm looking at one behind this camera, and it's so beautiful. And here comes a breeze, just like life's ups and downs can make us sway and move. But just like a tree, when our root chakra is stable, when we have that sense of security and purpose, we can handle life's ups and downs. more easily. Hands down, bring your leg to the front, just kick it out in front of you, and then slowly bring it down. Okay, we're going to move on to some standing poses. So we're going to start with Warrior One. So coming into the front of the mat, take your right leg back and step into Warrior One by bending your front knee and keeping the back leg really firm. So it's almost like you're in railway tracks. One foot on the left side, one foot on the right side. So you feel really stable and strong. And then start to add your arms. Reach up. You might want to gaze up. And then we're going to start to move the arms. So we're going to cross the arms and then circle them up in the air. And cross and circle. So flowing with the breath, inhaling up maybe, and exhaling down. Whatever feels good for you today. Next time your arms come behind your back, interlace them, and we're going to move into Humble Warrior. So get nice and tall through the crown of your head, and then start to lean over your front leg. And then come back up, really pushing into your front heel, and then pushing into your back heel. Feel the earth supporting you. Feel that sense of security. Feel safe on your mat, not slippy, a solid surface that you can move on. And this time we're going to stay down. So decide where that is for you. It might be down here. It might be further up. Just find a place where you can stay and take a few breaths. And sometimes it's challenging. Standing poses really build strength in our legs, but we need that to be able to move on to other poses in our practice. So stay with your breath as you hold for 2 more. And then rise up in your in-breath. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to turn to the side, and we're going to turn our feet with our heels in and our toes out, moving into Goddess pose. So we're going to sit down into this strong supported pose. We're going to let our arms reach up and then press down. Good. And it would be nice to maybe try to wiggle your toes a little bit so you feel the support in your heels and the mounds of your feet. As you breathe in and lift toward the sky and then down. That's it, lovely. One more time. Good. And just see, can you lift your heels off the floor a little bit? Just practice. So balance and standing poses really helpful to activate our root chakra. Okay, we're going to stand. We're going to turn the other way now. So you should hopefully have the other leg behind you. Bending the front knee as you lift the arms up. Take a beautiful lift of your heart and eyes upward. Feel strong through that back leg. And then start to move your arms with your breath as you flow forward and then back up. Now you bend that front leg as much as you feel comfortable with today. I can see lots of little squirrels jumping around in the trees. This is one of my happy places. It's good to have a place where you feel really comfortable and relaxed to do your practice. It helps you get into the mood to stay there longer. All right, we're going to take our hands behind our back now, interlace them, and then start to lean forward into Humble Warrior. That's it. We're going to stay here now and just take a few breaths. And again, if it feels too much, just come a little higher. It's easier to be higher up than lower down. Less weight on those legs. That's it, beautiful. Take a final breath in and lift. Okay, let's turn towards the middle. And this time the heels are out and the toes are in. We're going to take our hands to our hips. Take a beautiful breath in. Squeeze your thighs as you begin to lower down. And then bring your hands to wherever is possible for you today. Blocks can be helpful if the ground is not there. And then just start to lower your spine down and your head towards the floor. Looking at the world from another viewpoint, upside down. What do you notice? And how do you feel? What happens to your thoughts and your head as all that blood rushes in? Some poses feel safer than others. So we'll just hang out here for another couple of breaths, maybe rocking forward and back on your feet, finding that spot that feels right for today. And then pushing into your hands, start to walk your feet in more. And I want them to be just a little wider than your hips. And then we're going to bend our knees, and then we're going to straighten them. Bend the knees and straighten. We're going to come into Malasana, which is our Hindi squat. Good. So this time we're going to come down to stay. And we're going to take our hands and place them together and gently press our knees apart. Now, if this is too much, you might want to sit on a block, or you can also sit on the floor and just be in this position with your hands here. Yep. So do what feels right for you at every stage in your life. And that sense of feeling secure, that you can be stable in a pose as well is important. If you feel like you're just not getting it, then just go to the ground. Use the ground to support you. We'll just take another breath in and out. And then we're going to release, and everyone's going to sit down. So we're going to take our legs out in front of us. We're going to come into Dandasana, staff pose. So extend your hands down toward the ground and your toes up towards the sky. Feel the strength of your legs pressing down firmly into the ground, and gaze down to the front of your mat. So there's a sense of having a natural curve in your back, as if you're being lifted through the crown of your head, and your hands are trying to press down into the earth. There's a firmness to the front of your legs. Okay, that's great. So let's just take our leg and bring it in. And we're going to put the foot over the opposite knee. And we're going to do something called toe flossing. So we want to give our toes and feet attention to, this is where all the muscles and ligaments begin and all the energetic points start in our feet. So I'd like you to pull your foot up as you rock your knee down, a sort of seesawing action. And if you have any issues with your feet, like bunions or calluses or things, then, this is a really good exercise to bring space between the toes. And it helps us to spend some time looking at our feet. What would life be like if we didn't have our feet? I think they deserve more attention than they get. So just give them a little massage with your two thumbs, just down from the top all the way to the heel, noticing anything you feel as you do that. Good. And then bring that foot to the floor, hug your knee, turn away from your knee and twist. Get nice and tall as you breathe in, and exhale, rotate. Okay, let's take that same leg, bend it in, and this is our tree pose, now sitting down on the floor. So take the extended leg arm back, and your back arm reaches over towards the extended leg, and it's a twist. So really allow the body to rotate first. When you feel you're there, then start to lean forward with the other arm and bow towards your leg. Janu Shirshasana. Noticing what you feel in your hamstrings as you do this, in your spine, and returning to your breath. That is your place to always come back to. Slowly rise up. We're going to take that leg in and take it out. And then we're going to hug the other leg in. We're going to take the foot over the back knee. We're going to take our fingers between those toes, one for each. Get as deep down as you can, and then start to floss up and down. Pressing the knee and lifting the big toe. And just noticing how this side feels. We don't treat our body the same on both sides, so there may be something else you notice on this side. Take your fingers out and just give a little massage to your feet all the way down from the top to the heel. I definitely need a pedicure. Good, and then place that foot on the opposite side of the knee. Twist, hugging the knee away as you rotate behind yourself. Soften your face and let the out breath take you into as deep a twist as you want today. Good. And then coming back and taking that heel into the groin as you prepare for Janu Shirshasana on the other side. Extending your back arm behind you, reaching up at the front and crossing over. Feel the twist first, and then back arm joins the front arm to bow over your leg. Breathing into the back, exhaling, feeling the belly draw in with the out breath, which is going to protect your lower back and allow it to release and stretch and let go of any tension. And slowly on your next in-breath, bringing yourself back up. And we're going to finish with Paschimotto Asana. So making sure the flesh and the buttocks is pulled back, reaching the toes and fingers up towards the sky, and then exhaling, bending over. Now, if this feels like you're really hurting your back, you can bend your knees, take a hold of your feet, and bring your chest to your thighs. Once you're there, begin to extend the feet away, and that will give your back more support. And then once you're there, try to relax your shoulders by bending your elbows. And again, maybe you're holding on to your calves, your shins, your feet, just whatever's possible today. So this is how we were standing on our feet earlier, bending over towards the floor. And now we're seated doing the same thing. Come back to your breath. Feel what's happening on the inside of your body. And then start to slowly bring yourself back up. Just one counter pose to finish. We're going to bend our knees and bring our hands towards our buttocks or toward the edges of the mat. We're just going to lift our chest up and gaze up, and then exhale down. Lift and lower. And if you want to, you could lift yourself onto your feet and hands. Lift your heart and chest up and lower. Or stay up there and feel what it's like to lift your chest towards the sky as your hands and feet support you. Make sure that your neck feels okay as you gaze forward or up or back, and then slowly come down. So we're going to finish in a seated position, so crossing your legs comfortably. And again, if you're not comfortable sitting in a chair or getting a cushion under your bottom, we're going to take a mudra. And mudras are energetic positions that we take usually with our hands, but also other parts of the body. So making peace fingers with your hands, press those 2 fingers into the mat next to you. And then feel, as you gently press down, how there's a sense of rising up through the chest and the crown of the head. And if it would feel right, just close your eyes and take a moment to feel like this seated mountain. Bring your attention back to Mooladhara, or your root chakra. That deep red color, that 4-petaled lotus flower at the base of your spine in the area close to where your pelvic floor muscles are. As you exhale, feel those petals drawing in and closing. And as you breathe in, feel them open and relax. And just going through those qualities one last time, thinking about safety in your life. Imagining a place where you feel safe. Just seeing the colors, the images that come to your mind when you think about a place where you feel really safe. And the second quality, security. What is it that you need in your life to feel that you have a sense of security? Maybe it's a job, an amount of income. Maybe it's being in a certain place. Just whatever comes to mind, imagine that you have those things in abundance in your safe place. How does it feel? What does it look like? And then the third quality, support. Who are those people in your life who have your back, who are always there for you? See their faces. If you're lucky enough to have 1 or 2 people, I think that's a huge blessing in your life. So inviting them into this safe and secure place with you. Just taking a moment to thank them for being there for you. And if they're not there, imagining someone who you would like to be that person for you. And finally, that sense of self. I am. And when you say that to yourself, what are the words that come after I am? Because you are here. You deserve to be here. You have a reason to be here. You have something to share. And I believe that as you practice yoga and you align energetically, that you're able to remove the clutter and the confusion from your life and your body and purify it so that that purpose and that vision for yourself becomes clearer as the things you no longer need, the people, the places, the actions fall away. And that has been at least my experience. And that is why I'm here today sharing this with you. So bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you'll join me for this whole series of chakra classes. Until we meet again, namaste.